This was supposed to be the day the Premier League leaders, Arsenal, tightened their grip on the title, but instead, they walked right into a storm at Stamford Bridge. What we got was a chaotic, intense London derby that ended 1-1, but felt like so much more. So let's break down exactly how it all went down.
And here's the thing you have to understand, the detail that changes everything. For almost 60 minutes, the majority of the match, Chelsea were playing with just 10 men. That's a massive, massive disadvantage against any team, let alone the best team in the league.
So that's the big question, right? How on earth did they not just survive, but actually deny the league leaders a win? That's the story we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, so to really get what happened, you've got to feel the atmosphere. This wasn't just another Sunday match. It was a derby on a knife's edge, a total pressure cooker right from the very first whistle.
I mean, the bitter intensity was obvious from the jump. Just look at this timeline. A foul in the first minute, another one a minute later, we've got a yellow card by the 4th minute, and by minute 10, Cucurella's already in the referee's book. This thing wasn't a slow burn. It was an absolute explosion of aggression.
But here's the crazy part. Despite all the fouls, Chelsea were actually on top. They were creating the better chances, including a pretty outrageous miss from Estevao from just 10 yards out. They were playing like the better team, they just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net.
But all that early pressure, all that dominance, it was all about to go up in smoke because of one single crazy moment.
Yup, the 36th minute. This is the moment, right here, where everything just completely flipped on its head. Moisés Caicedo goes into a tackle on Arsenal's Mikel Merino, and the entire story of this game gets rewritten.
So for anyone who might not be a huge football fan, a red card is basically the ultimate punishment. The player is sent off, they're ejected, and the team has to play shorthanded for the rest of the match. It's a huge, often game-deciding disadvantage. And yeah, the challenge was ugly. Caicedo's studs came down hard on Merino's ankle. The ref pulls out a yellow card at first, but then he gets the call to go look at the monitor, and yeah, that yellow card very quickly became a red one. No arguments there. Okay, so let's set the scene. Chelsea are down to 10 men. They're playing the best team in the league. By all accounts, this game should be over, right? Well, what happened next? Nobody saw it coming. And this, right here, was the big test for them. Earlier in the season, Chelsea had a bad habit of just folding when they went a man down. So everyone in that stadium was probably thinking, here we go again. But not this time. And this is how they hit back. We're only 3 minutes into the second half. Enzo Fernandez whips in a perfect corner, and who gets on the end of it? Trevoh Chalobah, the guy who was absolutely fuming at the end of the first half. He just soars up and glances this incredible header right into the net. The place goes absolutely wild. 10 men, and they're in the lead. But listen, Arsenal are at the top of the table for a reason. They weren't just going to roll over and accept that. With that extra man, you knew the pressure was coming. And sure enough, right around the hour mark, their persistence pays off. Their star man, Bukayo Saka, who'd been in a battle all day long, finally gets a step on his defender, Marc Cucurella, and puts in a killer cross. And you won't believe who scores the goal. It's almost like it was written in a script. Mikel Merino, the exact same player who got taken out for the red card, he's the one who flicks a header past the keeper. It's 1-1. Just incredible. And from that point on, it was basically all hands on deck for Chelsea, with their keeper, Robert Sanchez, making a couple of massive saves just to hang on to the draw. So the final whistle goes. The scoreboard says 1-1. But man, this one felt bigger than just a draw. So let's look at the aftermath and what this all means for both of these teams. And the manager's reactions really tell the whole story, don't they? You've got Chelsea's boss, Enzo Maresca, basically saying, hey, when it was 11-on-11, we were the better team. But then you have Mikel Arteta for Arsenal, and he's just frustrated, saying, we absolutely should have won that game against 10 men. It's the same results, but two totally different ways of looking at it. And this is the so what right here on the league table. Arsenal, yeah, they're still in first place, but that comfortable lead just got a little bit smaller. And for Chelsea, that point is huge. A loss would have really hurt, but this gritty draw keeps them right in the thick of it, right in that chasing pack. Which brings us to the big question that hangs over this whole match, right? For Chelsea, was this 1 point gained, a massive statement of character? Or for Arsenal, was this 2 points dropped, a huge missed opportunity in a title race where you just can't afford to slip up? And you know what? The answer to that question could end up defining their entire seasons.